Today's video has been sponsored by Internet Explorer, the world's fastest and most reliable web browser on the internet. Yeah, because I just got to this story that everyone else saw days ago, and I just saw it today. So I must be running Internet Explorer because I didn't even know about this. This is really interesting. So apparently, Origin, so EA Access and all EA games are coming to Steam, which is a pretty big deal considering that we haven't had new EA games, on the Steam platform in about 8 years. I remember the first game that skipped Steam, and it was a trend ever since, was Battlefield 3. And from then on, EA decided to go with their own Origin service. And I remember when EA first did Origin, there was a lot of controversy surrounding it. There were accusations of it being spyware, of it being malware, of it just being an awful platform. And back when it did come out, it was pretty damn terrible. Like, I would say it's worse than people would consider the Epic Game Store to be right now. The EA platform, the EA's Origin platform was so... I mean, they just rushed it out because they wanted to put games on their own platform. They didn't want Valve to get a cut of the sales. They figured we could do it on our own and we'll make more money that way. And they start a trend because now it seems like every goddamn publisher in the goddamn planet has their own launcher. I mean, we got the Rockstar launcher now. That's the new thing. We've always had Battle.net. Battle.net came out before Steam. But Activision, Blizzard, Activision now putting their games like Call of Duty exclusively on Battle.net now. So that's kind of a new thing that's started to happen a few years ago. And you have all these other platforms. You have Uplay. You have all these other launchers that a lot of people are just getting tired of having to download all these goddamn launchers. So, to people who have just not wanted to use Origin, who didn't want to download it, and just like having all their games in one place, this is a really good thing. And for me personally, I liked Origin. I've always liked Origin. I thought the service was good, but it's kind of like unnecessary. Like, I have all these other platforms on my computer. I have Steam, I have Discord, I have all these other things that I use to communicate with people. Why do I need to download this entirely separate launcher just to play a handful of games that I'd want to play? So, yeah, I wasn't really too crazy about Origin, but I liked it. More specifically, I like the Origin Access subscription service for only $30 a year. And this is not a sponsorship, but I'm saying for only $30 a year, you can get an incredible, hundreds of games instant access to for $30 a year, which, in my opinion, you can't beat that with a stick. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's probably one of the best deals that you got going on right now. Out of all these subscription services that you got, I mean, it's a pretty damn good deal. And then if you get Origin Access Premier, which is, I would say, about as much as you would pay for Xbox Game Pass. So if Xbox Game Pass is like $10 a year, $10 a month. So do 10 times 12, that's about $120. That's close to how much Origin Access Premier costs. And for Access Premier, you get access to all of the new EA games when it comes out, instant access. It's a pretty damn good deal. Much better deal than games with gold and the PlayStation Plus. Awful. Just terrible. I mean, did you see the games for November that are going to be out? Garbage games that they're coming out with. What Xbox One's got? What, Sherlock Holmes? Okay, Sherlock Holmes. Are any really hyped for Sherlock motherfucking Holmes? You're really excited for that? And then what does PlayStation got? They got Outlast 2, which is actually not that bad, but more cases than not, the games are just shit and it's just extortion, right? So with PlayStation Plus and with Xbox Gold, it's just, you know everyone who gets that service, they only get it because they're required to in order to play games online, which is just really shitty that they do that. But yeah, those are awful. Those are not good values, because on Steam, which is a good example, I mean, the features on Steam and those other platforms are pretty comparable to each other. If not, Steam might exceed PlayStation and Xbox in a lot of cases, and you don't have to pay a single goddamn cent to actually be able to play your games online. You don't have a recurring yearly subscription at all. You don't have a goddamn thing. Everything's there, and it's a high quality service. So being able to play games, like EA games, being able to play that on Steam is awesome. But there's something that I want to talk about which I think is really interesting, because we've mentioned Xbox before. And there are a lot of people, because of this news, that are speculating, because there's kind of a deal going on between Microsoft and Valve where you have the Halo games coming to Steam. You have pretty much every Xbox game coming to PC in the future will be coming to Steam, as well as the Microsoft Store. So people are assuming, and in my opinion, I think this is a wrong assumption. I don't think this is actually going to happen, ever, that Xbox Game Pass will be coming to Steam. And here's why I don't think that's going to happen. Okay? So the case between EA and Microsoft are two completely separate situations. So there's a reason why EA has decided to put their games on Steam, and why Microsoft is putting their games on Steam, but they're not going to put their services through Steam. Okay? So here's the thing. EA's been crunching numbers, right? They have determined that it would be more profitable for them in the long run for them to go to the world's largest PC gaming platform and offer their service on that platform. That they would just make a lot more money in the long run, because Origin is a good service, but it can't really compete with Steam. I mean, you download Origin just to download EA games, right? But you download Steam because Steam has obviously a much larger catalog of games. That alone makes it a much more viable platform. Even the Epic Game Store, love it or hate it, they've got these exclusive contracts with a variety of these big AAA publishers, so that it does feel like there is like some legit competition between Steam and Epic Games. When it comes to EA, though, they're just putting their own games on their own platform. But they figured out, okay, we can have the subscription service. It's worked out on PlayStation, it's worked out on Xbox, where we had this EA Access service and people are buying it, and it's making us a shit ton of money. Maybe we can improve our PC numbers and put it on the world's largest PC gaming platform, and then you're gonna make a lot of money that way. That's what EA is thinking. And considering a lot of the controversies that EA's been involved in recent years, and especially with Star Wars Battlefront, the stock prices haven't been stable, to say the least, and investors are really wanting their profit margins to increase. So there really is no future in Origin, okay? It's just to have a launcher for the sake of having a launcher, right? Epic Game Store honestly has a much brighter future than EA's Origin and all these other bullshit launchers that really serve no purpose. So the point I'm trying to make here is that is completely different from what is going on with Microsoft, where they have their own network infrastructure already. I mean, the Xbox gaming platform, when you think of online gaming, for so many years, online gaming was synonymous with Xbox Live, okay? Xbox Live is one of Microsoft's most profitable brands that they have. And Microsoft is a very diverse company. They got a lot of stuff going on, with Windows, with the cloud and all that. And they're trying to kind of integrate all that together. I don't see how they would see any purpose in networking Steam and Xbox Live together. Okay, so now you may be saying, though, well then how does that explain why? What about the games, the Gears of War and Halo and all these games recently being put on Steam? Well, that's the thing. Okay, it's like a fish bait. You know what I mean? Like they got the food, they got the piece of cheese on the hook. Microsoft, and they're reeling it down in the ocean of all the Steam players, and then they got that piece of cheese that's really that's really, it's good bait, because you chomp on it and then you get pulled up, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say, because I'm really bad with metaphors in these bullshit comparisons. But the point I'm trying to illustrate is that Microsoft is trying to hook you on to their platform. And what I mean you PC gamers, okay? Because they already did it with console. But the thing is, with the Xbox platform, Microsoft is trying to integrate their PC business and their console business into one. I predict that the next Xbox console will be more in tune with the Alienware Alpha, where you have different versions of the same console, and it's more like It's really it resembles more of a PC than a traditional console. I mean, that's what I think the next Xbox is going to be. And maybe you're going to have physical discs. I think you're still going to have physical discs for the new Xbox and especially the new PlayStation. But it is going to resemble a lot of like what the Alienware Alpha and even what the 3DO tried to accomplish, which was try to like bring everything into one unified platform, but kind of decentralize it a little bit so that you have different people going into different things. So if you're just a hardcore PC gamer, then get your gaming PC and you're good. But if you're more of a casual gamer, but you want to like reap a lot of the benefits of PC, then you can get an Xbox console, right? But Xbox Live is vital to that. Okay, so Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, the future xCloud streaming service that they're going to come up with pretty soon. They want to have full control over that market. They don't see the need to work with Valve or whoever else to put their service. So how would it make any sense for Microsoft to put Xbox Game Pass on Steam when they will not do it on Nintendo Switch? They will not do it for the PlayStation brand, for the PlayStation 4 and this PlayStation 5, whatever comes out soon. They're not. They do not want to do it on other platforms. They want it to be their own platform. So yeah, the Xbox is their own platform where they have complete control. They reap all the rewards of it. They don't have to split the profits with another company because they already have that online infrastructure. They already have it. You can't compare Microsoft's situation to EA's situation. So what I think is going to happen, and what I think Microsoft's strategy is to, because Microsoft has a volatile reputation with the PC gaming community. I mean, with Games for Windows Live, people still remember that shit. People still remember Games for Windows Live and the train wreck that service was. And later on, in more recent years, the Windows Store and the Microsoft Launcher, it's not that, it wasn't that great, okay? But recently, and people should pay attention to this, in recent months, I think like 2 or 3 months ago, Microsoft completely overhauled the Xbox platform on Windows. So if you notice, if you click on the Xbox app on Windows, Xbox Game Pass, they got the Game Pass Ultimate, and they're really trying to like integrate PC and console into one, and I think that's the ultimate thing. Game Pass Ultimate will eventually just become one Game Pass. So, you have the regular Game Pass and then you have Game Pass Ultimate. I think eventually it's just going to be one Game Pass because come next generation, there's going to be no way to distinguish between the console Xbox and the PC Xbox. The Xbox brand is going to, I think Xbox and Microsoft, they're making a long-term strategy to eventually be a viable competitor to Valve Steam and also, in turn, the Epic Game Store. Because if you look at the Xbox platform on PC, it's a pretty solid service. It's a pretty solid platform. You got the party chat, you got the storefront, you got everything you really need. And yeah, they could definitely put a lot of work into it. But eventually there's going to be a time, especially considering that there really is no reason to own a physical Xbox console and pay the $60 a year when on the console when PC gamers do not have to do that. So if you're on PC, you do not have to pay $60 a year for Xbox Gold, even though you get all the Xbox games on PC. So I think in the long term, Microsoft is going to phase out the yearly subscription fee. They're going to have to recoup that somehow because that's a big chunk of their revenue that they're just going to throw away. And I do think they're going to throw it away because you cannot viably sell a console to people saying, hey, for the privilege of playing games online, you have to pay $60 a year. But then if you just hop onto your Windows PC, you don't have to pay $60 a year. And I do not think Microsoft is going to go down that road again of eventually charging PC gamers to play their games online. I just do not think that's ever going to happen. But I could see it going in that direction, and that's why I don't think Game Pass is coming to Steam. I think they're trying to hook you on to the Xbox platform, and Steam is the largest platform. It's pretty much an advertisement. Putting Halo on Steam is an advertisement for the Xbox brand, okay? It's not just about sales. I mean, the sales, yeah, they get to make a lot of money, But in the long term, man, I don't think they're gonna take Halo, they're gonna take everything, they're gonna put it exclusive to the Xbox storefront on PC, and it's all gonna be integrated together. That's what I think the future looks like. So that's where things are looking to me. It's interesting the way Microsoft is kind of doing things going forward, but considering the moves that Microsoft has made lately, I can't see it going any other way. I can't see them just saying, okay, yeah, if you want to play on Steam, yeah, we'll happily give Valve like whatever percentage of the profits, because EA has already demonstrated that they're more than willing to work with other companies, with Sony, with Microsoft, with whoever. So I don't think Microsoft is going to want to have to work with Valve in order for people to use their services. And I think it's directly with Microsoft that you can get Xbox Game Pass, that you can get eventually Halo and all those other games are going to be exclusive to the PC Xbox platform. So that's my thoughts. That's how I think things are going to play out in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.